All right, thanks for stopping in again. And I got a request to do a versus with Wanda Maximoff in it, right? So I'm like, yeah, okay, let me do a little let me profile her again, just so I'm really up on her skill set, right? And Wanda's a pretty complex personality, like just right off the bat, right? Right. On one hand, she's like introspective, deeply empathetic, right, and like really looks at herself point implications of her power, right? On the other side of it, she's crazy, right? Like, let's just be really honest. I love Wanda. She's very powerful, like, very fiercely protective of people that she loves. And she commands very powerful abilities, right? She commands chaos magic, which chaos is to me like, again, this is God level power. Like, to command chaos energy is not a joke. Like, we're talking like set, we're talking OPEP. It's endless, like, it's chaotic energy. So she has like a extremely high level power, right? Like, so this is the package that's Wanda. Easy on the eyes, right? Obviously, right? She's a really nice person, but I'm not gonna get into the whole why Wanda's obviously she's had trauma, and we get that. Like, I'm not blaming Wanda for her trauma, but she is like she's kind of out there, man. But she has the capacity to warp reality, which is scary, right? She can manipulate probabilities to make them fall in her favor. She can perform very powerful hexes. She can, disrupt the abilities of others. She can reshape environments. She can summon the most realistic illusions, right? And she has really what seems like an endless reserve of power. So there's a lot of things that are working towards her, and like in this power set, right? But like Wanda's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna hide behind that fact. Like, she's really way out there, and this is, I think, works as a negative to her because when wielding that type of power, like, okay, I'm gonna say right off the cuff, she's probably a seven. Like, if you rank power, why she's a seven, right? I gotta get into it, right? You can alter reality. Okay, I really have a hard time denying you that, except like what's going on up here, right? And the only reason I say this is she's kind of like Happy Gilmore of the world of magic, right? Because like she's got the most power, but you don't understand the game. You really don't. And for someone of her youth, right? Because we're putting her on a scale of you're dealing with God level powers, right? If we put her on a scale of people that powerful, there's usually a lot more learning that goes into this, right? When we look at deities like true gods who have that ability, they're usually coupled with a tremendous amount of knowledge, right? Knowledge becomes a huge factor because you don't even understand the reality that you can warp, right? You actually don't, right? You have the power, but you haven't had, and I know that he takes a little bit of time with Doctor Strange, but even he doesn't have enough. Like, I challenge his like literal, like, how would you become, you weren't even practicing that long. Like, let's be honest, like, why is Steph Curry like the greatest shooter? Because he was taught like as a baby how to shoot a jump shot and working on his dribbles, right? So, along with that expertise becomes another level. So, like, because she's like really, I'm going into her negatives too much right now. I'm just going to say that because she has some, stability issues, and you be acting crazy. Like, I'm like, I don't know if you fully have the mind to really utilize your powers to their maximum. I know we see some very impressive, insane things from Wanda, but I'm just being honest with that. Otherwise, like, her power is all world, and she's it, man. She's that girl, right? She's that girl. But I'm gonna take a couple of things away from her just based on that. Still a human physiology. So I'm comparing you with gods because of your level of power, but you still have human physiology, which means you're gonna be subject, to fatigue in the same way or similar ways. Maybe you enhance it with magic that to take wounds or injury like a human would. So while I think your power set is up there with someone like, because a seven's pretty high, I feel more comfortable, like, because of some of your issues. I'm gonna rank it at six. This is all out of respect. I do not want Wanda mad at me, but again, give me your thoughts on this one. I'm sure in the comment section. And as always, hit that like and subscribe.